So I have some interesting news as it concerns Giorno and Jump Force Season 2 DLC. And this news doesn't come from Spike Chunsoft, it doesn't come from Namco Bandai. It actually comes right from the fan community of Jump Force itself. It's pretty interesting. Fans are starting to turn against Giorno. But before we get into all that, go ahead, since I know you're gonna love the content from the god of the FGC and the anime FGC, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell to get all the new anime info, discussions, game rank battles, and news covers from games like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Fighters, One's Justice 2, and of course Jump Force from the YouTube channel, where the quality is in the name itself, is perfection, the natural selection of entertainment and gaming. So, as I was saying before, the Jump Force community is actually becoming adverse to Giorno. And I don't think anyone could have seen that possibly happening, but I've been looking at Reddit posts, Twitter posts, Facebook posts. I've been looking at the community over on YouTube, and people are starting to sour on Giorno. Of course, Giorno being the only confirmed Season 2 DLC character that was admittedly leaked by a modder, but now we're gonna go ahead and take this news as though it's actually official from Spike Chunsoft, and people are looking at the video clips, they're looking at the moveset that is allegedly supposed to belong to Giorno, and after the first couple of times of looking at this guy, people are feeling very underwhelmed. We did not see this coming, but it's like people are saying a lot of things about his moveset. It's not the character. Of course, we love the character in the series Giorno Giovanna. People love this character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, but when it comes to Jump Force, meh is the word. Meh is the word for Giorno, and let's explain it as to why. So I'm seeing plenty of posts where people are saying, you know what, after watching his moveset for the umpteenth time, I'm done with the character. He's not that interesting. I've seen a lot of people point out his ultimate technique. They're saying that it's an underwhelming version of Giorno's. Like, don't get me wrong, having the effect of sending the opponent out of the battle is okay, but it's only going to last one round. And it's just basically a muda, and that's it. It doesn't even have the cool screen effect of Jotaro's ultimate. You know, it's not as over the top as Dio's. So you just get a character whose ultimate, and let me stress this, a character's ultimate is the ultimate expression of that character. It needs to be the best part of their moveset. It needs to depict them as a character in whole, and I have to admit, Giorno's just feels like it's meh. Like, honestly, when I was thinking of the character myself, I've made different moveset videos for him myself. I like, definitely with his ultimate and maybe his awakening, I thought they would have taken the Requiem effect and ripped the effect that they had out of JoJo's The Show. Like, you know how you had those little echo effects, those like shadow clone loops, or after images and something like that, and they do have somewhat of effect like that with Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. They already have that depicted, so I don't know why they couldn't have just like turned that up to 11 and depicted that with Giorno. So they already somewhat understand the effect. I mean, if it were me, I would have made it to where the opponent moves super slow while Giorno is awakened, and Giorno does damage to all the after images and the character itself. So it's like a damage multiplier. So if the opponent moves, they're going to get more damage. But if they stay in place, they're not going to take as much damage. So like Giorno's ultimate becomes like or awakening rather, becomes a very lethal thing to experience. Just something to throw out there, but it's definitely better than what they've already depicted here in Jump Force, because it's just like, oh, muda, we threw you out of the game, and that's it. So that's one thing. The other parts of the moveset, they're like, okay, we're glad we got the 7-page muda depicted in one of his abilities, and it's the rest is just meh. They don't feel anything towards this character. People are actually starting to complain that Giorno has Golden Experience Requiem on all the time, and I can go ahead with that and say that I agree in the fact that, you know, I don't think that should have been the case. Like, he should have been awakening only, or maybe like, you know, sort of like Ichigo, Frieza, Goku, Vegeta. That should have been like his stand only after he awakened or did his ultimate, and they messed that up. So I think they've taken this character and they've exposed him. Like, I mean, in the show, he's the most powerful character, and, you know, with the most overpowered ability, and seeing it depicted in the show is a great experience to see. But when you bring it to Jump Force and you boil it down to just that, it just feels like, meh. You know, I just don't know what they could have done here with Giorno to make him feel more over the top. And I think they're doing big damage to themselves, because here's the thing: Spike Chunsoft and Bandai Namco definitely didn't intend this character to be leaked. I think that's something they didn't expect, but now they're in a point now where if they don't reveal this character and they don't release this character pretty soon, as time goes on and the more times people watch that footage, the more times they watch the trailers and whatnot, well, not the trailers but the footage, they're not going to be interested in purchasing the character, because everyone's going to reach that same realization of like, now that I see everything there is to see, I don't care about the character. And that's not to say anything negative about Jump Force, because they've done their job. I mean, I think they need to make him more of the over the top, but the character's model looks great. It's just like they should have done more with the moveset. So I think two things need to happen. I think that they need to hurry up and release this character and strike while the iron is hot. And they need to go back and tweak his moveset. Maybe go back and give him the regular golden experience as like the base form stand, and then, you know, maybe I definitely thought they would have done something with the arrow. I definitely thought we would have seen the arrow used in some way, shape, or form. But I can kind of agree with the community. I don't want to, you know, crap on Giorno, because he is one of my favorite JoJo's characters. But in Jump Force, I've gotten bored of his moveset as well. Like, once you see it, it's like, okay, you know, you don't get that same feeling of, oh, I can't wait to play this character. It's just like, oh, his ultimate sends him to you know, Requiem. Okay. You know, you can't switch into the game. Now, if it was something as OP as like you can't use the character for the duration of the match, that might be game changing. But as it is now, I just don't see anyone really being amped up for this character. You better go ahead and release this character now, because the more time goes by, it's not going to be pretty. Like, if you guys were expecting to keep this character till next year, you're doing yourselves a huge disservice. And from what the modders are saying, he's pretty much done. The character model is done. The new stage that's supposed to come with Giorno is done. The voice files are there. You know, everything's there. There's no reason as to why this character can't be released. So, like, the ball's in your court, Spike Chunsoft. You better go ahead and do what you do with it. But if you wait any longer, I can see fans just not be, you know, purchasing this character. I know you like today's Jump Force Season 2 DLC characters discussion video. Go ahead and press that subscribe button with utter perfection, and watch some of the other videos linked down below in the playlist that pops up on your screen right now. Click that notification bell to get all the new notifications for the top anime fighting games, anime games, information here on the place where the quality is in the name itself. Perfection, the natural selection for your entertainment.